Now then YouTube, I'm the Toff Man, and welcome to Opus Magnum. Well, this is a quick look at Opus Magnum. We'll see, I might continue this on actually, because I absolutely love this game. Now I got given a key from the developer from this one, and I wanted to cover it because it is actually a really good game. So basically, guys, I've gone through the prologue, I've done all of the stuff on how to learn how to do this, I've done the stabilised water, which is like an easy one that you do at the end there, and then you're on to chapter 1, which is all this. Now, I'm going to do refined gold, I'm going to do this on camera. There's a little bit of a story to it. I'm not going to go through the story because I'll let you guys figure that out for yourself. There'll be a link in the description below to the Steam page, guys. I believe it's just over £15, which is not bad for what this game is at all, guys. It's really good. So let's get into it, and I'll explain what stuff is as we're playing. So, oh, the glyph of projection. I haven't actually done this one. The glyph of projection consumes an atom of quicksilver and promotes an atom of its metal to its next higher form. By doing this repeatedly, even lead, the basest metal, can be transmuted into the finest gold. Okay, so up here you have a product. This is the thing that we have to make, given our reagents and all the mechanisms here. This is the thing that we have to make and then send out. So as I said, you do this by using the reagents you get given. In this case we've got lead, of course, because we need to actually use that combined with quicksilver to make the next tier of metals and stuff like that. To do this, you need to use mechanisms to get there, and glyphs, these things as well. We're going to need one of them because that changes as you can see, the glyph of projection there. It changes the lead into its next form. So let's just do something really quick so I can show you guys. Element of lead, okay? We are going to get a mechanism that picks up an element of lead, puts it into here, combine it with an element of quicksilver. So let's do that. And I'll show you. And this is where the programming aspect of this game comes in. So this is kind of like a programming / puzzle game. It's really good though, guys. You'll love it, honestly. And I'm not a programmer at all. I'm terrible at doing it. So we're going to start with number 1 because we've already got this. We're going to say to this, pick this up, put it over here. How do we do that? Well, we've got a lot of instructions down the left hand side here that we can actually use. So we can click this around and, you know, we can say to it for it to do that, but we're going to leave it as it is. Fixed length arm. We could have it like out here if we really wanted to, and then it would swing to there in one movement, but we're not going to do that. We're going to have it right here. We're going to say to pick it up, which is F in this case. So we F and then click, and that's going to pick that up. So what we're going to tell it to do next? Well, we're going to tell it to move over here, of course. So that is going to be A. And we can step by step play this out. So it's going to pick it up, as you can see, and then it's going to move it left, and then of course it's going to do nothing because we've told it to do nothing. So we're going to tell it to drop it. And that will put it right there. We're going to do the same with number 2 because it needs one of these, of course, to change that into something different. Now, with number 2, we want to F, pick it up. We want to move it the other way this time because, of course, do we? Yeah, we want it to move that way this time. And then, of course, we're going to go ahead and drop it, which is R. So we're going to do that. Let's pick them both up. Let's move them in. It's dropped it. Okay. Oops. Look at that. That's it. Okay. Good. Have I done that the wrong way around? I think I've done that the wrong way around, actually, guys. I think this needs to be the other side. So let's just really quickly and easily. We need to move that out of the way there. Switch these around. I'm getting the glyphs the wrong way around, but that should now work. So let's do this step by step. You can go press play, which will just go. Let's just do that, actually. There you go. You can see it's actually changed into the next form of metal. Now, we need to get to gold and make one piece of gold and then move that gold into here, and then it's done. So as you can see, we want to move one of the quicksilvers into here. We only want to move one lead into here. So 1 lead is done. So we need to... Does Z mean it does nothing? No. So we need to continue moving this down. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a reset into number 1. Now what this is going to do, all products must be placed. Oh, I've taken the product off. Period override. When transmutation, all the instructions are sequenced. We don't want to do that. So that's the state at what we're in at this moment in time. We need to reset number 1 so that it goes back to here. There we go. But we need number 2 to just stop. It's dropped it, but then it's picking it back up again and moving it. So we just need it to stop. We need for it to not do anything at all. So repeat instruction, reset instruction. End of the instruction. The period of the solution can be artificially increased. This is rarely necessary, but can be useful if the solution is repeating too quickly, causing collisions. No, we just need you to wait and do nothing, if you don't mind. Which it should do. No, it is running through the system again. So basically, we want to reset the... No, we don't, actually. We want to repeat instruction. So now, it should, in fact, stay on number 2 over here. I think. Oh, it's trying to pick that up again. We don't want that to happen. We then need it to move back. Right. You can drag them on if you so wish as well, or use the short keys. I tend to do both. So, if we do this, it should now move back right and then recycle its thing. And there we go. Look at this. Apart from we don't want that to happen. So we need to put another repeat thing in there. So that it drops that in. And then, there we go. Right, we need another repeat one in there as well. Lovely jubbly. And then that should make gold. Oh no, it's not. We need another one in there. Right, this is a really long... we'll get to that in a second. Right, let's just play it now. It should make it. After the moon one. There it is, gold. That's fantastic. Okay, that's good. So what we'd like to do with number 2 then is release it. We want to tell it to go back down here. And then just stay there and do nothing until the end when it recycles back, picks another one of these up, and then it starts all over again. So what we would now like to do is put another one in here that's going to stay there. Then when number 2 has finished its stuff, so when it's dropped it and then moves, we want this one to move at the same time as this one moving. So we're going to grab that, I'm going to say do that, then we're going to say to pick one up, and then move it back around, which would be, is it A? No, it's D, isn't it? It's D. And then we want, of course, to drop it again. So if we do this now, oh, no, hold up. We don't want to do that. We want to pick it up somewhere around there. So can we do this? Right, step by step. We're not looking at that at the minute. We're looking at when this immediately turns to gold, which is there. It would be nice if I could go back one so I can see where exactly it happens. Right, it doesn't get dropped though. So it's here we need to pick it up. Okay, there is where we need to pick it up, and then we do that. So that should now work. It's going to stay there. There we go. And once you've done it, once you've actually created one, it does start to get faster and faster and faster, so that you don't, you're not waiting around forever for this to do. We need 6 of these products. Very nearly finished. Lovely jubbly. 6 has been done. Now this is where the competitive aspect of this game comes in and pushes you to really think about what you are making. So as you can see, this is the cost, which means how many mechanisms and things that you've used to be able to make this product happen. I've actually done quite a lot, 80 on here, and most people have managed to do it in between what looks like 40 and 60, I think that is. No, hang on a minute. Between 60 and 80. Is that right? Somewhere around there. Most people have managed to do that. Very few people have managed to do it like this, which is crazy. Now, cycles means how long it takes to make one product. I believe. Or is it how long it makes to make all the products? I'm not quite sure. Either which it would work. So I'm slightly below the average. It's slightly quicker for my machine to make the product than what it is the average people, you know, the other ones. So I'm quite proud about that, guys. Quite proud. And the area, I'm pretty much smack bang with everybody else. The area is basically, you see these hexagonals in the background? It's basically them. How much space does your machine take? So I'm going to record a GIF because I like recording what I've done, which is ledge. An animated GIF has been saved. Nice. And then we've done that. So, well, this is not first project. I feel like someone's having a laugh at my expense. Why? Were you asked to create the Philosopher's Stone? Close, actually. One more guess. To transform lead into gold? Yes, apparently there's an old Van Tassen lead mine. And wouldn't it be better if it produced gold instead? Ammon suggested it so casually. Sounds wonderful. Time to put your university degree to the test. Can you make lead into gold? I can scarcely believe it. Well, at least it's finished with now. Like asking if a fish, like asking a fish if it can swim. You're taking this remarkably poorly, Anataeus. I was expecting a challenge, that's all. Sound like you want a chance to show off. I'm not sure I'd go for that. So I'm not going to go into the basics of the story there. Now what's interesting, I've played Space Chem in the past, and it's by the same makers, Zachtronics. I've played Space Chem, and you tended to get stuck in Space Chem and you couldn't move on. Now, the good thing with this is you've got a different amount of things that you can do. You can face powder, waterproof sealant, hangover cure, airship fuel. So we're going to go down the list. I'm going to do face powder, guys. Have you seen Lady Van Tassen recently? A few days ago. Why? Did you notice how pale her face is? Oh, well, she's known for her pallor. Why? Did someone ask you to do something about it? Armand himself did. Seems it's gotten worse lately. People are whispering about her health. That's unfortunate. The lady hasn't had an easy time of things. I'd hate to see her slandered on top of it all. So we need to solve the puzzle. We need to make this. Okay, so this is salt. Now, how you make salt is you take either an element of earth, water, anything like that, and you've got to hover it over one of these, the glyph of calcification. Transmutes any of the 4 cardinal elements, air, fire, water, and earth, into neutral salt. So we definitely need one of those. Now, what I might do is put one of these facing there, because we're going to have... Oh, we've only got the one reagent. Okay. Now, this is going to be interesting. What I'm going to do... I'm going to use... No, I'm not. I'm going to use one of these. Now, this is the track. And you can drag where you want the track to be. Not like that, obviously. But you know what I mean. You can drag where you want it to be. I'm going to actually use a track, and I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to put an arm on my track. Now, we can't actually have them occupying the same space, so what I'm going to do is do something like that. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to sort number 1 out first. So we're going to pick that up with F. It's going to pick it up. Then we want to swing it around here and drop it onto this. So we basically want D. D, again. So what it will do is it will pick that up, it will pass it over this calcification thing, turn it into salt, and then drop it in there. Now, while this is happening, we're going to get number 2 to swing around, pick another one of these up, and then drop it over here. So I'll show you, actually. I'll show you this rather than messing around. So we're going to then drop that. So if we do this, and then it's going to drop it into there, which is great. Now, I've actually forgotten a very key step here, and that's a glyph. This is the bonding, which means it takes one of the salt things that we make, it takes the earth thing that we make, and then bonds them together. And you can see that this is the sort of product that we need. We need a bonded thing, so we need to do this. So it will drop it in there, and then the other one will drop it in there. So I'm actually going to... I don't need to, do I? I can leave that there, come to think of it. So now, that's going to pass over there, it's going to drop it into there, and then we need to reset its thing, so it can go back to here to start off with. Now, number 2, so we need to do this step by step. That's going to pick it up, swing it out of the way. So at this point, number 2 wants to swing in, and that would be D. Was that the one? Yeah, that's the one. It then wants to pick something up, so it wants to do that, and it wants to swing back out, because if we don't do that and we tell it to move up to the positive, so let's just let me show you that. what's going to happen, guys, it's going to pick one up, and then it's going to crash. It's going to say, I'm sorry, but the arms are not allowed to collide, which is a problem, obviously. So we'll press OK there. In fact, it's probably going to crash into this one when we go up there. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to replace this. I'm going to drag this out here, like that. Am I going to do that? Let me just go with the original first, because I think it's going to mess up. Is there an undo button? That would be very, very useful to have an undo button. Oh, there is. There we go. Control and Z. There's probably another shortcut for it on here somewhere, but I can't seem to see it. So there we go. And we've got all of our things back, so we don't need to mess around. No, we don't want that to happen. So we want it to swing back out here, right there. And then we want it to move up to the positive. No, we need to take that out and put that there. And then we want it to move up to the positive, G. And again, G. So it's right up here. And then we want to swing it back in. Actually, there might be enough room to do that. So we want to swing it back in. Oh, it's not doing it, look. 2 positives, please. And then we want it to swing back in. So that's a D. And then we want it to drop it, A. And then we want it to... Do we need to drop it, actually? I don't think we do need to drop it. Because if we watch, guys... It's bonded immediately. So now if we were to swing this arm up here, what's going to happen? Well, let me show you. Let me show you. We've got another problem on our hands when this swings back upwards. There we go. As you can see, it's not in the right position. It is exactly what we need, but we need it to be in this sort of formation there. And the easy way of being able to do this is to actually pivot the end here. So this is a pivot point. We need it to pivot at the end there, and then reset. I think that's pretty much it. Done. There we go. Oh, quite proud of myself there. That is a very small area as well. Oh, it's not small enough. Look at this. Look at these people. I've done it with relatively little cost compared with the average. The cycles, it's quite a long machine, is this one, by the looks of things. People have managed to do it a hell of a lot better. And the area is worse. But the cost of it, I have kept the cost down. Now, what you can do, and the good thing about this as well, when you're making your machines, it will always take your best result. So I could now go in and try to make it in the fastest way possible, but it will still keep my cost from a different one. So what I mean is, it will keep my best score for cost, cycles, and area. It doesn't matter how many times I retry it, doing it different ways, it will always keep my best score, which I think is pretty good. We're going to record a GIF. Nice. Animated GIF to my my desktop, and there we go. Oh, this should help the lady's face look less pale, though it's quite a superficial solution. Who can really say what troubles the Lady Van Tassen? It's not for us to know. Have you ever heard her speak? She didn't say a word during the dinner I went to. I remember her speaking to me once or twice when I was a child. Odd. Just another one of the many Van Tassen mysteries, I suppose. One gets used to them after a while. So there we go. A quick look at Opus Magnum. If you would like to see me continue, do other bits and bobs, and please let me know in the comment section below. It'd be brilliant. And of course, go ahead and leave a like on the video if you enjoyed this. If you want this game, a link is going to be in the description below, guys. I absolutely love it, and I will play this regardless, so just let me know. Anyway, guys, until next time, I've been the Soft Man. As always, stay safe.